How we doing, everyone? It's Nex here, and today I've got a very special video for you because not only is it going to be another big theory today, but it's also competition time. The prize up for grabs is a £30 Amazon gift voucher, which I will make sure is gifted before Christmas. So it's a perfect opportunity for one lucky winner to get some additional Christmas funds. Obviously, the prize is going to be in the relevant currency, so all you have to do to be within a chance is like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and lastly, leave a comment below. Maybe tell me about what your thoughts are about today's theory, or you could tell me which of my videos is your favorite and why, or you could even ask me any question about Game of Thrones, maybe something that's been racking your brains, because I'm going to be doing another Q&A session in the next couple of weeks. I will reveal the winner in next week's video, so make sure you check back on Sunday the 11th to see if you've won. Alright, so in today's theory, I'm going to be taking a look at House Tarly and also at some of the evidence that suggests why they're about to betray the Tyrells, and also about their new possible alliance. Now, some of the sources are from leaked photos that have been posted from Watchers on the Wall, and another one that I've dissected is from HBO's Season 6 Laws and Histories. So there might be some minor spoiler territory coming up. Anyway, let's get to it. The show doesn't cover much about the Tarlys, except for what we've seen with Samwell at Castle Black and North of the Wall, and then the scenes with Sam and Gilly when they visit his father Randyll at their ancestral house Horn Hill. Ever since Sam stole their family's Valyrian steel sword, Heartsbane, I've always been a bit concerned about how things would play out with his father and which side of the fight we would see him take. House Tarly is a noble house of the Reach and one of the strongest sworn to House Tyrell, and they have remained loyal, backing them when Marjorie married Renly and committing their army to his cause. And Randyll Tarly even commanded the center of the Tyrell and Lannister host when they finally arrived to defend the battle at the Blackwater Bay. But something has changed. For starters, I think deep down, the Tarlys were always slightly bitter that when House Gardner was destroyed during Aegon's conquest, that House Tyrell was selected as successors of the Reach and not House Tarly. Now, with no male heirs to continue on the main Tyrell bloodline, and only the Queen of Thorns Olenna Tyrell, who is actually a red wine, at their helm, does House Tarly still remain as loyal to their liege lords? Check out this piece from the recent Season 6 Laws and Histories that gives me a sneaking suspicion to think otherwise.
Most houses take wild beasts for their sigils, calling themselves bears, lions, or stags, as if a cloth banner could make them so. That isn't the way of House Tarly. Our sigil is the huntsman pulling his bow, and it isn't some idle fancy. As soon as a son of House Tarly can hold a spoon, he gets a bow. As soon as the boy can sit a horse, his father takes him on a hunt. They return with a stag, a buck, a boar, a brace of pheasant, even if it takes days. Even if it takes a week. Even if it takes the boy's whole life. Horn Hill is ours. A fitting home for one of the oldest and most honorable families of the Reach. Legend has it that Harlan the Hunter and Herndon of the Horn, two sons of Garth the Greenhand, raised the castle in the Age of Heroes, and shared a home and a wife for 100 years. Most of the great houses spout such nonsense about their origins. At least my family doesn't claim some long-lost ancient crown like the rest of them. House Tarly breeds soldiers, not kings. When House Gardner ruled the Reach, we served them well and loyally. When House Gardner died, and Aegon gave the Reach to their stewards, the Tyrells, we served them well and loyally. We know our place, even if the Tyrell women don't. When Aegon's son faced rebellion from the Vulture King of Dawn, my ancestor, Savage Sam Tarly, led the royal forces on a vulture hunt. Heartsbane, our ancestral Valyrian sword and the pride of our house, soon ran red from point to hilt with rebel blood. When Robert Baratheon rebelled against Aerys, I led the Tyrell van and handed him his only defeat in the war at Ashford. But a hunter knows that a moment's slip can cost him the game. Great houses have fallen from a single weak heir. Samwell looked like a son when he was born, but he grew up plump and soft as a daughter. I'd catch him in the kitchen shoving cakes into his ever-growing mouth, or reading in the garden when he was supposed to be training. I brought masters at arms from all over Westeros to make a man of him. He slept in chainmail, bathed in bull's blood, was dressed in his mother's clothes and paraded through the castle to shame him into valor. He only grew fatter and more craven. I despaired of the future of our house until my wife gave me another boy, Dickon, a real son and worthy heir. Or he would have been, if Sam wasn't squatting in his way. One morning I had Sam brought into the woods outside the castle. I told him he'd given me no cause to disown him, but Heartsbane should go to a man strong enough to wield her. And Sam wasn't worthy to touch her hilt. Either he would take the black and renounce all claim to his brother's sword and title, or I would hunt him down like the pig he was. Of course, faced with danger and exertion, he chose the coward's path and waddled north to the wall. Some may call me cruel for what I did, but I don't care. I am responsible for House Tarly, as my father was before me and his father before him. If the hunter returns with empty hands, his family starves. If the warrior carries an empty scabbard, his home burns. House Tarly has stood for thousands of years. It will not fall on my watch, no matter how many tears my family sheds.
We know our place, even if the Tyrell women don't. Now then, I don't know about you guys, but I can already think of one woman who is not shy to speak her tongue freely, and I do not see Randyll Tarly following her. The malice in his voice during that entire passage, oh, it's ruthless. So if House Tarly does not intend to follow their liege lords, who will they fight for? The Lannisters. If Randyll has got his eye on Highgarden, who better to get help from other than House Lannister? They've just wiped out their future, and we know Olenna is seeking retribution. The Lannisters are a little shy of friends right now, so this would be the best move that both houses could make. To seal their alliance, perhaps the Lannisters agree to help take the city of Highgarden and install the Tarlys as rulers of the Reach, and in return, that House Tarly swears fealty to the crown and to the Lannisters. Randyll gets what he always wanted, and Jaime and Cersei strengthen their position against Daenerys. What backs this up massively for me is some of the recently leaked photos from Watchers on the Wall shows what looks like soldiers from both sides working together to ambush another party. It was reported that over 300 extras were on set to help film a battle in this same setting. So let me tell you now, 300 is a lot of people to have filming, especially considering they put a shitload through CGI and special effects. Could this be the start of a great opposing alliance? House Tarly, the Lannisters and the Crown, and Euron and his fleet? This might just be the ignition for a great war that could see Daenerys and her epic army, the Knights of the Vale and Jon Snow's North, fighting together on the other side. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the theory. Remember that if you want to take part in today's giveaway competition, then make sure you like the video, you must be subscribed, and then also to leave a relevant comment below. Also, don't forget to check back next week to see if you've won. Until then, people, take it easy.